Woosah, 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 woosah. I had to give that extra. It's a lot going on, y'all. It is a lot going on. It is Woosah Wednesday. I Minister SCG 13, and I am here along with I Minister Gabrielle and I Minister Jennifer. And this is our new format of Woosah, where we're making ourselves available so that people can call in on the hotline. 951-821-5899 is the number to dial, so that you can share what it is that you need to woosah about. And there's a lot to woosah about, but the key is being able to release it and transform that energy so that you can use it for yourself and use it for something that's beneficial. I want to talk really quick about the word energy, right? And energy being everything. Everything is energy. So whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is, your thoughts become things. Your thoughts are becoming something. Even if it's not, you think that it's not materializing, but the thought is always going to materialize somewhere. So you do have to mind your thoughts, because your thoughts are creating your experience. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, if you're thinking about things that are not beneficial, you are immediately creating an effect that is going to match that thought that is not beneficial. So, there used to be a time where we didn't really have to worry about those things. It's like you're thinking, nobody, this whole concept of the mind and how people actually work and how things are realized. People weren't really thinking along those lines back in the day. Now it's just the truth, and it's out there, and it's inevitable, and you're seeing that the things that you are thinking about in your head, they're starting to show up in your life. So it is very important to be mindful and to be aware of what is happening in your mind. We were just talking about about just how the mind is always going, and the mind is always going unless you stop it. And the only way that you can stop it is by stopping and meditating and being still. Hola, I'm Minister Oyeyemi. Welcome.
Greetings, I'm Minister SCG 13.
We have I Minister Jennifer and I Minister Gabrielle today on the line with us. And we are talking about energy and how we have to really be mindful of where our head is at right now, and where our thinking is, and where our thoughts are, because they are becoming things. And, that monkey mind, that chit chatter that's constantly going on, we must stop it through our meditation and through our time with ourselves, because nothing is slowing down. Everything is everything is a lot faster, but I'm saying it's seeming a lot faster because it really is the state of mind of the individual and where you're at. And if you're taking advantage of each moment, so you could speed up and slow down time however you see fit. It just depends on where your mind is at, what you're occupying, what you're giving energy to. Energy is forever and for always, and it's just transforming. So the energy that you're emitting in your life, what is that turning into? What is it? What are you projecting? And what is it turning into? And just look at your life, because that's what it is. What you did that. Whatever you vibrated and created with your thoughts and your energy, then that's what's showing up to say, here I am. This is what you did. And a lot of people are complaining about their circumstances, and that's a start, but complaining is old. So now it's like, what you're complaining about, you got to look inside to see what it is that you created so that you can fix it, because it's the only way that you'll be able to fix it. So I want to yield the floor to the I ministers and just give us your take on what is happening in your world in this time, in terms of how the energy's moving, how everybody has a different experience, and everybody's experiencing everything under the sun. But what is it Are you experiencing more of this EMF, for example? There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of things that are caused by this EMF, and people are thinking that it's something else, but it is showing up in our lives in different ways, like anxiety, depression, inability to keep to hold a thought. Like you're thinking about something and then you immediately forget. Like forgetfulness is happening with people. These are all from this EMF radiation that is happening and is having an effect on people. So I just wanted to, give the floor and see if anybody wanted to share just on kind of like the energy that they're experiencing in their world at this time.
I'll share. This is our Minister Jennifer. Excuse, I'm sorry. I do notice that the energy is different. I noticed it more so not physical manifestation of the different energy. It's an awareness of the different energy. I'm noticing it in people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've noticed in the last couple of days, I've noticed one of my in-loves. The energy has shifted. The mindset is different, and it's not the same person any longer.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen people out in public where they don't look, I don't want to say not human, but it's just they don't look normal, if that makes sense to you. I've noticed that there be times where I could be working, and then all of a sudden these flashes of different thoughts are coming in all at the same time, trying to put it together in one cohesive thought, and it seems scattered. And usually I write it off as, oh, maybe, I'm overthinking too much, or, all these other things, but I really think it's an effect of what's happening outwardly that I can't control, that I need to adjust to deal with. So we've been going through as a family, adjusting to the way that this new energy feels, to create tighter boundaries around us, and to focus more on each other and our mental state, our physical wellness, even down to what we're consuming. We've been changing things little by little.
Oh, good. That's important. That's what it's about right now, is being able to make those changes. And when it comes to the to the EMF, to that radiation that is happening, there the system, when they make telephones and cell phones and stuff, none of that was upgraded. It hasn't been upgraded in over 20 years before cell phones were even a thing. So all of the things that people are experiencing, there are, professionals in those fields that are bringing in the proper information so that they can show the results of what is happening to people because of this radiation and all of this EMF, these electromagnetic frequencies that are affecting people. And so now the documentation and the literature about it is starting to come out, because this has been happening for a while. People are just starting to see the results now, and this is why orgone and scalar technology is so important to know about during this time, because it is the only solution for this distribution of electromagnetic frequencies that are happening. And it's to a point where back in the day, like orgone technology, they're not really wanting to talk about that, but it's getting to the point where they cannot stop people from talking about it, because it is a solution, and it is a solution that people are finding is the most viable solution for some of these things that we're facing now, from your migraines, from just feeling down and feeling low. These things, whether you're getting crystals and metals and just holding them, you're putting them in your head area. There are things that you could put. There's copper coils that you could put in your ears for if you're using this nanotechnology, the what is it? The headphones, the Bluetooth, because the Bluetooth is jacking people up. But here's the thing, people aren't giving up their technology. So the thing is to come up with solutions for protection from that technology. And the powers that were, they already know. They have the protection. They already know it. But with everything that's happening in the world and what they're wanting to, what they're wanting to do to the people of the world, it's not beneficial to them for people to have this information. Someone just came in. I think that was 919. Who is this? 919. Welcome. Okay, maybe that's someone who just wants to listen. If there is something that you're wanting to woosah about, that you need some relief about, we are ready to serve you. Anyone who wants to share and wants to get some relief, 951-821-5899 is the number to call in. And if you just want to listen like 919 is doing, then that's fine too. We have I Minister Oyeyemi, we have I Minister Jennifer, and I Minister Gabrielle. We're all here to listen and to assist in any way that we're able to assist you. Woosah Wednesdays are the designated days for us to just reflect on our peace, reflect on the moment that we have and the power in the moment, recognizing that we all made the choice to be here tonight to get this. And that's power right there. There's so much power in a choice. And so in this choice that we've made tonight, we're getting together and we're talking about electromagnetic frequencies and this technology that is having people believe that they have a sickness that they really don't. I mean, it is creating a dis-ease, but it's not something that people are aware of where it's coming from. They're just acting upon it, and then they are getting medications for what it is that's ailing them, what it is that's being created to ail them. And so it's all part of a plan that has been put out here, for not so good. And so these things have to be discussed. And in little pockets of the world, you have places like Master Vibration 13 and Woosah Wednesdays that are talking about subject matters that people are kind of, not willing to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and yield the floor again. I know that we're sparking up conversation on different things and what's happening in the world with the energy and what we're feeling. I Minister Jennifer, were you complete in your thought?
Pretty much completing my thought, yes.
Good, good, good. And I know that I Minister Jennifer is an organ creator as well, an organ engineer as well. And what we do here at Master Vibration 13 is we definitely connect the community with other people that are doing work with not just scalar technology, but all of the healing work that is being done here by the self-healing practitioners, and they're available to you. And so this is why we gather here every Wednesday. So you're welcome to invite any one of your friends, anyone that you feel can use a woosah, can receive benefit from being in this space. You're welcome to invite them every Wednesday. We're here at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys can figure out what that time is on the other time zones. And yeah, so this is what we do. I yield the floor. We're talking about energy and what you're experiencing in your neck of the woods.
Well, over here in these eastern mountains, it's I really don't think I have words for it. For instance, it's February, and I was doing some work early yesterday morning, and out of nowhere, this thunderstorm comes up in February, like a Florida summer thunderstorm. In the region that I live in, That's unusual weather for this time of year. Um, we're having 60, 70-degree days and 25-degree nights.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it's moving energy everywhere. Um, I don't believe I'm getting ready to say this out on the public airwaves. Um, Timeline jumping. I don't even think I can call it jumping anymore
Uh-huh.
because it's almost as if I'm actually able to see, like the timelines are in these glass bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the bubbles that you blow bubbles,
Uh-huh.
and you can almost reach out and touch it. The energy's not crossing or permeating between timelines,
Uh-huh.
but it's like you're right there. Um, and definitely can feel it in my body. I've tried to step up meditation. Grounding outside right now doesn't even work.
Mm.
So I've been relying a lot
Mm-hmm.
on my Reiki practices,
Mm-hmm.
my native dream warrior practices, and a couple of other things to kind of stay in that grounding.
Uh-huh.
Because even in nature, I'm just noticing different changes. I'm noticing that clouds are not clouds
Right.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we've had a relatively cold winter, and there are buds on the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Birds that are normally not out and about. Well, it goes to one or two extremes. Birds that are not normally out and about this time of year, I'm seeing them quite frequently. And then you roll into other days where other periods of time where I'll go a day or two and not see or hear anything
Mm-hmm.
as far as nature sounds, nature's noises. Um, so yeah, there's stuff in the air,
Oh, it's definitely things in the air.
and I'm
What?
watching how it's affecting people that don't
Mm-hmm.
know how
I
to
know.
ground out.
I noticed that they've been sharing information about that too, about them tampering with the clouds to make water and different things like that. So, they're being a little more outward now with what it is that they're sharing. So, yeah, that's very interesting. I wanted to correct. I
And
thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh
Oh, I
no.
was just saying, and I've been a cloud watcher,
Uh huh. A cloud watcher. Uh huh.
a cloud watcher actively now. I used to do it as a kid, but probably since about 2008.
Mhm.
And I probably have maybe 10,000 images, images and photos that I've taken of the sky.
Uh huh.
So yeah,
You
the
can tell
clouds
the
that are up there
difference.
now, they're not natural
Yeah. Yeah.
clouds.
It's very interesting
It's
because I
not.
definitely have noticed the changes in the skies. I definitely noticed. And I wanted to say someone else came in, and I actually thought, I Minister Gabrielle, I thought that was you that I need to put your name on your number. But we have somebody that came in 706 706. Do you have a woosah that you want to share? Something that you want to woosah about? Okay, I think 706 wants to be quiet. No problem. Thank you and welcome to Woosah Wednesday. I'm Minister Gabrielle. Going back to you. Were you complete, Minister Gabrielle?
Yes, yes, I was.
Okay, thank you. The world is absolutely 100% shifting. And it's just a good feeling to know that, no, we're not alone in this anymore. We're not, the weirdos that we once were. It's like people are starting to figure out that it's really happening. This shifting that is happening in the planet, people are experiencing it, and more is being revealed. So yes, the energy is absolutely 100% different than what it was. I yield the floor back to the I Ministers. I Minister Oyeyemi, did you want to share on in your neck of the woods, the energy that you're experiencing that's different than what was?
For me, this strong, the end of the strong and the beginning of the strong, well, my mother's born day is today.
Achoo.
So we've been celebrating as a family my mother's born day. And I just I don't really haven't been experiencing anything, just sitting in her presence, being in her energy, being in my family's energy, and just reflecting on, the energy of my mother. So I haven't, experienced anything or other than that. That's been the vibration for me.
Good, good, good. That's a wonderful and beautiful thing. I am experiencing a very high vibration. I'm very aware of what is happening in my life and in the world. And I'm in a place of just real, true peace. Where the things that are happening, it's like I'm really just focused on the moment and each moment and grabbing all of the good things that I can get from the moment, because I know that what matters right now, the most important thing is my health. My health care, my state of mind, my physical state of being. Those are the things that are important. And the ability that I have to be able to think, the ability that I have to be able to stop my mind, the ability that I have to be still. That's the more that I talk to people and the more that I hear of the challenges in people just meditating, just a mere meditation, it really does make me grateful to be able to do that. And it is more challenging than it was at another time, because the world is buzzing. Like, this is, if you have gifts, your gifts are being amplified. So if you were, and most of us are empathic, we're just not really, we don't call it that, or we don't declare it so that we could really receive what that really means. But to be able to feel energy, we all have that ability. Some people's are just sharper than others, because some people are practicing, and practicing means that you have to detach and disconnect with everything and everyone and be in that stillness, so that you can heighten your sensitivities to what is, so that you'll be able to identify things easier. And so in this space that the things that I'm playing with right now are the energy of feeling good and being in a high vibrating state of mind, because there's constantly things that are going to bring me down if I allow it. There's things happening in the world, like if you go on any social media, even for a second, you are going to be seeing things that are going to immediately attack your emotional guidance system, your emotional system, right? And so, and most of it is going to be negativity that's happening with people culturally, negativity that's happening to young children. You're going to see sad stories. You're going to see, and remember that your timelines and all of these are very reflective of your own energy and where you are, because this is a machine that's working through the way that you think. If you have not seen it, please look at The Social Dilemma. This movie, The Social Dilemma, on Netflix. I don't know if they still have it up, but this is a movie that really breaks down the algorithm and what they're doing with all social media, and how they're using it on the minds of people, and how it's to the point where it is, you have people that are fighting against what is happening, because they're wanting people to be informed on exactly what is happening with your mind when you are participating in these things. But this is the free world, and everybody has access and everybody has a choice. So people are making the choice to just act in ignorance, because none of us know enough about this technology to be using it as freely as we use it without a care in the world. But see, now in 2024, we're experiencing the effects of this. And so the effects of this is being hidden, by calling it other things. You have your medical industry that they're saying, oh, the stress and depression and all these things is coming from this area over here, or it's coming from that area over there, but everybody's just medicating it. So everybody's getting paid off of the situation that the technological world is creating, and no one's really, up in arms about it, because it's only in the minds of the powers that were, it's only a benefit if people could just kind of eliminate themselves, and you know what I'm saying, and not exist anymore. Then that makes it all the much easier for them to control, because that's what they're afraid of, is a world being driven by independent, self-thinking people. They don't want that. So that's what this war has been really about. And the only thing that can stop this system, that can stop this war, is every individual recognizing their infinity, their own power, who and what they really are. And everybody's not going to get to that. So this is not a thing where, everybody's going to be able to access, the same thing at the same time. Nope. There's levels to everything. You decide. It's your choice. It is your choice, always and simply your choice. It is Woosah Wednesday. We are talking about the energy and the shifting that is happening on the planet. We're talking about how it is affecting individuals. And just tonight we have already had different perspectives on what people are feeling. You have people that are feeling the energy, really strong in the skies, and all of the things that are falling from there. They're feeling it. And then you have people that are just in their space, where all they are existing in is in what they're creating, what they're giving honor and energy and life to. So this is such a magnificent time to be able to recognize that your power of what you create in your world is like for real. This is really a real thing that is happening. What's happening in your world right now, good, bad, or indifferent, that is the only thing that matters. And so that's why we have gathered in this space tonight, to be able to give this service to everybody on an individual basis, to give them what it is that they need, so that they can, have an easier flow in their world, and it'll be as easy as you think it is. The power of mind, the power of thought is everything. I want to recommend to everyone to please check out the audiobook of The Master Key. The Master Key audiobook. Please check it out. It's a 6-hour listen, and each part of it has a study, and it has like a questionnaire part where they let you sit with it. You don't have to do the whole 6 hours in a day. Just take it little by little and really pay attention to what is being offered, because this is facts. It's science. It includes, we talk about religion and, different things. All of it has to do with formulas, vibrational formulas, energy. It's all that. And so when you recognize what energy is and how it works within you, man, there's no greater power than that. But what's happening right now is that people are using they're not using their knowledge, is what's happening. And knowledge without use is nothing. It's just going to fade back into the air somewhere for somebody else to access it. There's so many people that know so many things because they read books. And so, yeah, they have this knowledge, but what are you doing with the knowledge that you have? You have to practice it so that you can make it, so that it can become wisdom. You have to actually utilize it. If you don't use it, it doesn't matter. Matter of fact, you don't use it, you're going to forget it. If you're not using your knowledge, matter of fact, How many people remember things that happened in school, in high school? How many people have attained that knowledge and are keeping it? Not many, because what did they really teach you? So anything, it doesn't matter what you learned. If you're not using it, you're going to lose it. You can speak a language your whole life and then stop speaking it, and stop speaking it for enough time where you will forget, and you won't even know what to say anymore. And so that's with everything. So this spiritual bug that people have right now, they're very excited about it because it does feel good. It does feel good in the moment. It's like when you go to church on Sunday and you get that feeling of church, and that feels good in that moment, and then you leave and now you're back to your regular day. But with spirituality, this is something that doesn't leave you. So you can have that feeling of highness as often as you would like to tap into it. You can have it. But it's all a matter of you and how you are navigating in this earth plane, and if you know how to navigate in it, you're not going to have issues with the challenges that come with it. But if you're not knowing how to navigate it, yeah, there's always going to be an issue. And it doesn't matter how many books you have. The only book that you have to study, and we've been saying that, is the book that is inside of you. Because all of these books that are written by other people, they've been around for a long time. And it's wonderful things, because words are magical, wonderful things that can give you an expression. It can give you, one word can give you a full idea of what something is supposed to mean. But we have to remember that all of these words have been translated and changed and spoken by different people and retranslated, and all of that has happened. And what is the only way to get from that? Through yourself. That is the only thing that's going to give you confirmation of what is and what is not. Seeing it in a book somewhere is not going to, you can see it a million times in a book. If it's not making sense to you in your life, it doesn't matter who wrote the book. Right? So it's just a beautiful thing to be in such clarity at this time. It is 28 past the hour. Well, it's 28 on one phone and 32 minutes on another. So we're going to say it's 32 minutes past the hour. It's Woosah Wednesday. I am Minister SCG13, and I am here with Minister Ojayemi, Minister Gabrielle, and Minister Jennifer. We are talking, and we have somebody on 706 that's just listening. We're going to give you the opportunity, if you want to speak, and you change your mind about sharing. You definitely have the opportunity to do that if you like. I'll give you a moment. Ache, a moment was given.
Ache, I just wanted to say I'm glad to be here. It's Oya. I saw the Facebook reminder, and I got in because I got the email, and I was like, I'm going to be here. And I literally did kind of forget, and then the Facebook post came up, and I was like, man, thanks, Spirit. So it's just always good to be here amongst the ministers, and I'm just in here smiling and listening.
Ache. Welcome and thank you, Minister Oya. It is a magical time in the world. I did want to reflect on April 8th, and I want all of you to ask your ancestors and ask for guidance on what is happening on April 8th. There's a lot of significant changes that are happening in regards to the planetary shifts and energy that's going to be released from other planets on to this earth. And so research it. Ask your ancestors about it. You're going to get information about what's happening. The most important thing that I can say to anybody during this time is that your vibrational frequency is what matters most. So whatever you are experiencing, allow yourself to experience it fully and then put it where it belongs. And putting it where it belongs that's the work that you have to do in not being stimulated any further, not being triggered by a situation, because there's a lot of things that are coming at people in this war that we're experiencing, this spiritual warfare, what is happening is that they're wanting, it is time for a marriage, and it's the marriage of the spiritual and the physical. And there are tons of relationships that are coming apart so that one can come together with oneself. And this is happening in all areas, everywhere in the world. I'm sure in your circles, you can, just look around and see how many people have broken up. How many families are breaking up? How many people are no longer together? What is happening is this frequency that is matching everybody to their frequency is so strong right now. This magnetic pull, you are being pulled to exactly where you vibrate. So it does not matter if you love your significant other so much. You just love them so much that you just don't know what you would do without them, and you just know that you're never, ever, ever going to be without that significant other. Well, guess what? If you guys are not operating on the same frequency, on the same vibrational frequency, y'all ain't going to be together. Oh, no, 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 no. It is against the laws of physics. Now, see, you can probably exist right next to each other, maybe, in your world and that other person's world. And this was happening a lot in relationships where people would, be in households, and you'd have these different people, all of these different energies existing under the same roof. And so everybody would create their space, and they would be in their own different spaces, and they were able to exist. This was in 2023. That is not happening in 2024. And it will not happen in 2025 and the years to come. It's going to get that much more intense. So see, you are finding that the people that you are being forced, or you're feeling like you have no other space. For example, I can guarantee you that there is more killings and more awful things happening in the prisons and in the jails all over the world. Because when you have these energies now that are confined to spaces, and they're with other energies that are not supposed to be together. Have you guys ever seen a betta fish? You put two betta fish together, one of them is not surviving, because they're going to fight. They're going to fight to the death. And so this is the same thing that's happening in humanity. And so people that are not on the same frequency, they're not able to exist together. Like your posers and your people that are pretending to be something that they're not. Well, what is it? The emperor has no clothes. Like, you can see it now. You can see everybody for who they are. You don't even have to have a whole bunch of, super discernment. Like, the veil has been lifted. So it's very, very easy to see what is, because everyone has the choice on how they want to move after they see the truth of what is. And so in families, in communities where people are not, on that same frequency, it's going to show. You can't fake it no more. How, being together with family, faking the funk like everybody used to in the holidays and stuff like that. No. That's not happening no more. Oh, people are finding that there's ways, their peace is more important than anything. People are finding that how they exist in this plane, the importance of your breath, the importance to be able to just be happy. People are tripping off of money. They're tripping off of what they don't have, what they're afraid of, all of these things. And the thing that people want the most, really, they want peace. And they want to be happy. And I'm not talking about peace with everybody and everybody. I just want my family to be together so that I can have peace. No. You want peace within yourself, because once you find that peace within yourself, there is nothing in the world that's going to compromise that peace. So you become a servant of yourself in making sure that the peace is not disturbed, that you can have more of it, that you can have more joy, more abundance, more of the things that you want. And anything that is going against what it is that you want is not going to work in your reality. If you don't get it out, it's going to get itself out. It's going to get out. It's going to be purged out. It's not going to be able to exist, no matter how much you try. Paperwork, contracts, that's not holding nothing together. Because, see, these contracts had to be created because we came into a world where people don't trust each other anymore because your word ain't nothing. And so contracts had to be created so that people could, be about, what is it that they're saying now? So they could stand on business. Ain't nobody standing on business. How about that? When you stand on business, you have to say nothing. You don't have to say anything. Who you are, what it is that you're vibrating is evident. It's that light. It's that halo. And people see it and they feel it anywhere you go. You have that when you have it. And if you don't have it, guess what? You don't have it. You can't buy it. You can't wear no regalia that's going to make you get it. You can't say no words often enough. You know what I'm saying? You could say words 1,000,000 times. But if then in those 1,000,000 times that you're saying those words, there is no feeling, there is no heart, there is no gut, there is no mind, there is no nothing. So once people start recognizing the power within themselves, there's going to be a lot that they can do. But here's the other situation. This is another thing that's ending in the world. That guru phase where people are looking for these gurus and people to save them and stuff. Yeah, that's going to continue to exist in the world that it exists in. You feel me? Multi-dimensional universe where every thought, everything exists. So in that world where people are looking for that, they're going to find that. And they're going to be nice. It's going to be a nice little space for everybody that's feeling whatever it is that they're feeling for you to be there. The key is where you want to be at. Where are you at? What are you vibrating? What is your frequency emitting? What's that trail that you're leaving behind? What's that like? What does it look like? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get to that point, when you know what there is for you to know, you're not going to complain about anything. You will not complain about not one single thing. You will just be. And you will recognize that being is enough. But this being, you know, it's like people think, oh, well, I'm sitting still and I'm meditating, but ain't nothing happening. Oh, I'm doing this, but ain't nothing happening. Well, check your language. Check what you're saying to yourself. Check that expectation that you have in doing something because it's what you want to make happen, but you're not really feeling this thing that you want to make happen. And it's a really simple concept, right? When you think about it, you're like, okay, all I got to do is feel the energy of infinite or feel this abundance. Okay, if I could just feel the abundance, I can have it. Like when you're thinking about it, it makes sense, right? Clearly. But now do it. Because see, you can't fake the funk with the creator. You can't, you can't hide. You can't just be like, yup, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Nah. If you don't really feel it, if it is not vibrating from your soul, from your energy, from your aura, all that, then nah. The message is not, it ain't coming through. It's not registering. That's not what the universe is responding to. The universe is responding to the feeling, the real feeling, the vibration. And it's all you. You can't put it on anybody else. Now you can, but then you still have to take accountability and responsibility for it yourself. On this Friday, the Grand Rising of the Matriarch happens every single Friday at 7 p.m. Wait, I keep saying the wrong time. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is at 7 p.m. somewhere, but I'm going to say the right time. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because that's the time I got to be there. So this service that happens every Friday is a monumental service that is happening for humanity. Okay, now I know it just sounds so grand, right? It is grand. And if you're able to connect with the information that's being offered on this service and you're able to tap into it yourself, it will change your life completely. So pay attention to the things that are going on in your life because everything that is happening in your life is important. This feeling that you're feeling about desperation and how things aren't happening fast enough, that is manifesting. That is making your time go a lot faster with nothing happening a lot faster. So please recognize your mindset. Please recognize your thoughts. And it used to be something that I used to say, and let me just say this. There are a lot of things that I used to say, that I used to believe, that I do not say or believe anymore. And this is the importance of every single individual having their own mind, because you never know when somebody's going to change their mind about something and go another way. So when you're putting all of your ducks and all of your food and all of your everything that you got in this one basket that's based on this person that you believed or that you liked or they spoke all sweet and good and sassy, and you put your trust in that individual and what they say, that's not what you want to do, because you're going to be led astray. You're going to be led astray no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I forgive myself every day and I forgive others. And I know that I'm on this journey just like everyone else, figuring it out, because if you show me one person that says that they got it all figured out, I'm going to show you a liar. So in this path, we, as long as we are accountable for for who we are, what it is that we say, what it is that we do have the right to change our minds about things. We live in a world where people say, oh, well, you said this, so, that's what it has to be forever. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that I came from this world, this dysfunctional world that we all live in. Okay, it's a dysfunctional world, we can say, yes? And so if we are existing in a dysfunctional world, then what does that make the people that are in the world? They have to work through their dysfunction so that they become functional again and so that they're able to function. And we are in a world where every single being on this planet has been abused and manipulated in some way, shape, or form. And we came through this existence so that we can realize our infinity and recognize the power that we have as beings. This has been the whole game since the beginning of this planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? This is what we come here to explore and to expand and to evolve. But people have gotten it so misconstrued because of all the programs that have been put out there that some people think they're here to chase money, they're here to chase coochie, they're here to chase penis, they're here to, for all of these things, they're here to get things, they got to buy stuff, they got to, they came here to, to be seen, they just need to be seen no matter what. There's so many things that have been put on this planet that people have, caught on to, and it's nobody's fault. Like, well, I mean, we do know that people, there is a culpable, there is a culpable person or beings or things, and we know that. But what I'm saying is that all of these things that have occurred here in this space have all been put here on purpose so that we can unravel it, within our own lives. So I know I've been talking a lot. I've been saying a lot of stuff, so I'm going to yield the floor because there's other people here on the panel who might have things to say. And I want to hog the mic. So I'm going to yield the floor for anyone that has any interjections or any comments or questions.
I just want to say Ache. I just want to say Ache on everything you said. Ache, and I just Ache. Okay, I'm muting back up myself.
Gracias. It is Woosah Wednesday. Our next show coming up, our next service coming up is the Grand Rising of the Matriarch with I Minister Reddy and I Minister Oyeyemi. That podcast, that service has really changed my life. I can't stop talking about it because where I am today in this space where I couldn't have been here if I hadn't done the work, and the work was put like right in front of me to do. It's like the one thing that I can always say about Master Vibration 13 and what happens here is that when you trust the source, everything that you need is always going to come to you. And when you release the expectation of how it's going to come and you just continue to do your work, it's like magic. Everything just appears and shows up exactly when it's supposed to. And you can fight it all you want. When it's time for something to happen in your life, it's going to happen. And when you start accepting these things and recognizing all of the little miracles and all of the little synchronicities, synchronicity just means you're on the right path. And every time that you acknowledge that, or you acknowledge your intuition when an ancestor or where spirit guides, or when you get a message and you acknowledge that message and you honor it, if you got the inspiration to do something and then you did it and then you gave thanks for that inspiring thought, then that's your ancestors and, Most High saying that's what they want more of that. It's okay to give them more of that because you cannot be assisted if you do not ask for that assistance. And there's a way to ask for assistance in the spirit world. It's more than just an offering. It really is. It has to do with your own connection with the spirit and recognizing that it's in you and you're in it and you're all of it and it's all of you. And so when you go within, you're able to make that connection with yourself and just put that thought of that energy that you want to connect with, and bam, it's right there. It is there. There is so much information that is being shown now on, there's a thing that I saw, I think it was good and bad witches, good and evil. Like they're projecting all of the witches and the fairies and the this and the gnomes, and they're putting all of this out there because it can't be hidden anymore. And so people are starting to accept that we do have a bit more power. We do have, this is real, but here's what's happening. A lot of people are still blocking that only to, this is what the movie said we could do, so we could do it. Or this is what's trending now, witches are in now, or we could use this power. This is what's going on. They're still going off of what a system is saying. Okay, it's okay for you to be this now. It's okay for you to do this now. Now, and so it's still being used in the wrong way. It's still happening in the wrong way. And so in order for you to know what is the right way with all of this information, what is it? We've been talking about this whole time. You got to go within. You got to find out what it is for you. Because asking somebody else what it is for you is really not a good idea. Especially at this time. On Saturday, this Saturday, we're talking on the sacral chakra healing, your sexual nature. We're doing that. That's myself and I'm Minister Symphony. And we've been talking about sexual trauma. And we're going to continue the conversation about sexual trauma. And we're going to introduce love into the conversation. We're introducing love into the conversation because we have discovered that as people recognize the word love and the energy of love, and they come into this awareness that, dang, I never loved myself. So if I didn't love myself, what was I giving to my children? What was I giving to my family? What was that? And so we're going to talk about that, because love is love. And just because you were not fully aware of yourself and loving yourself in the complete way that you should, it doesn't mean that you cannot be on the frequency of love. And we're going to expand on that more on Saturday. So please join us live for that. That one happens at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Saturday. And we're opening up that line on Saturday nights as well, so that those of you that are dealing with sexual trauma, you're able to come and express yourself and get some insight. On our last sacral healing that we did last week, it was a very interesting service because we were talking about the different perspectives of therapy and healing therapy. And some people on the panel had professional therapy and it was great for them. And some people on the panel had no professional therapy and had to kind of figure it out. And then you had some people that had a little bit of both. And so we dove into that world of therapy and healing. So if you missed that, you can definitely check it out at mastervibration13.com and check that out there. Music Monday is going to be coming back. Music Monday is going to be coming back next Monday with the Philharmonic. If you guys haven't checked them out, you can check them out on mastervibration13.com. We did a Music Monday special with him, independent artist, and he's fantastic. He's on his way to getting a tiny desk performance, and then on to the Blue Note Jazz Festival, all happening through his independent work. He said no to the corporations. He's going solo on this journey, working on his efforts. So we're definitely looking forward to having a sit down with him. All of the elements that we talk here in Master Vibration 13 are always about healing. Another thing that is currently happening at Master Vibration 13 is the 100 squat challenge. I'm doing 100 squats every single day, no matter what. 100 squats. You can break them up 20 by sessions of 20, so do it 5 times in the day, or you can do sets of 10 times in a day. If you have a problem with your knees, there's different variations that you could do. The whole thing about, it started with the squats, right? But what happens when you start doing this work and you take a discipline and you make a choice to do something and see it through, it's working on so many other things. So it's not just my booty that's getting tight. What's happening is that this discipline that I'm taking upon myself, 100 squats every single day with no excuses and no days off, that's a pretty big, task to do. I never did it before, and I guess that's why I wanted to push myself to do it, just to see if I could do it and to watch myself do it. And I've been enjoying it for the therapy that is giving my mind, for the encouragement that is giving me to continue to do things, for the confirmation of my strength and who I am and what I can do when I set my mind to it. So I'm constantly giving myself tasks so that I can work on my patience, so that I can work on my discipline, so that I can work on my commitment to myself. Because in my 53 years of life, I have spent a lot of those years not committed to myself, putting myself last, putting other people above myself. And then I started hiding under helping people. So I was helping people and I just wanted to help people. I just wanted to help people. Oh, I don't care about myself. I'm just here. I just want to help people. And if I can help people, then I'm doing my part in the world. And then I realized that not helping yourself is a sin against the Most High. Like, why? How dare you sacrifice yourself for what? This is a gift to be present. This was given to us for us to do with it what we wish, what we desire. And we just jacked it all up. And that's what we continue to do. So this time is for us to see ourselves. So it's okay. It is okay for you to be focused on yourself. It is okay, because in that focus, you're going to discover so many wonderful and beautiful, amazing things that you're going to be able to share with other people. The way that the world is now, they're peeping game really quick. I mean, some people are still really asleep, so they're still getting caught up by all of the posers and people that are saying that there's something that they're not. And, the Pied Piper Hamlin is still, blowing that pipe and taking people to hell. But that's just supposed to happen in the world. It doesn't have to happen in your world. And the only way that you won't be led astray is if you look at yourself for that direction and for that. Now, I just lost everything that I was saying. I lost my train of thought right quick. So I just wanted to say that, because that happens sometimes when your mind is going and going and going. So I'm going to take a breath. Woosah. Woosah. Music Monday Friday is the next podcast, then Saturday, then Music Monday. And if you were interested in participating in any of the services at mastervibration13.com, you can always give us a call. 818-233-5776 is the number to dial. Does anyone on the panel have anything that they want to announce and share before we close it up this evening? All right. I think that I have I just had a thought, you guys. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted because I just got a notice that I was talking about Netflix, and somebody's using my Netflix account somewhere. So it's good that they give you notice and they let you know. And I do have families that are allowed, so that's okay. But it's just interesting how nowadays, you can't get away with anything that you're not supposed to be doing. This is why a lot of people get mad at all the cameras that are existing, at all the, your loss of privacy and all of these different things. But the reality is that it's never really been private. It really hasn't. Like, the Most High, the universe sees everything and feels everything. So it's important for you to just be who you are, no matter who's looking. Just be who you are, because you can't hide. You surely can't. You can't do it. You can't hide from it. There's another song. A lot of different songs come into my head. But all right, you guys, we're going to wrap it up. There are no more announcements. We will be live again on Friday at the Grand Rising of the Matriarch. I want to thank you all so much for being here live with me tonight. This is what makes it happen. Those of you that are listening offline or listening at a later time, and you hear this and you feel like you need to make a connection with somebody on this panel, 818-233-5776. is the number that you dial, and we'll connect you to the self-healing practitioner of your wish and desire. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and close it on out with the Woosah. Woosah. I'm going to say this different every time because, yeah, because it's like, it's not going to be one way. It's not just my way. Woosah. However you need to say it. Sometimes you just got to woosah. You know?
Yes.
You don't know how it has to come out.
Woosah.
Yes. And it feels so good when you do it. It feels so good. Thank you all so much for being here with me tonight. Buenas noches. Hasta la próxima. Until the next one. Adios, everyone. Woosah.
Later. Woosah.
Wholeness. Adios.
Woosah.